Good afternoon. My name is Richard Candia. I'm the Business Development Manager for Florida Lamarck, a general contracting company here in Miami-Dade County. I'm a member of the board of the South-Dade Chamber of Commerce, and this is the South-Dade Shoutout. Actually, this is a special edition of South-Dade Shoutout. South-Dade Shoutout is our opportunity to meet chamber members and learn a little bit more about what they do and what makes them unique in their industry. However, today we're going to talk about one of our upcoming signature events, and it is the State of South-Dade. This is taking place next Thursday, thank you, February 13th from 8:30 to 11:30 roughly, and it's being held in the Dennis C. Moss Cultural Arts Center in Cutler Bay. Beautiful facility if you haven't been there. A lot of activities, but we're going to talk about that throughout their day. I'm going solo today. My colleagues and the rest of the board and other members of the community are out there hustling because we've got this event happening next week, and there's a lot of little details to take care of. So we're very, very excited, but we wanted to take this opportunity to bring you up to date on what's happening, what this is about if you're not familiar with it, and maybe give you a little bit of history. This started out as a collaboration between the Miami Association of Realtors and the South-Dade Chamber, and it was originally envisioned to highlight the commercial activity and the commercial opportunities in South-Dade. But almost immediately, the residential realtors caught wind of this and said, hey, we want to participate. And then after that, whenever you've got people getting together or whenever there's going to be something, conversation about commercial and residential, the municipal leaders and the community leaders, the elected officials, got wind of it and wanted to participate. And it became, from the very first time, it became this wonderful networking event, this wonderful regional event, and we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. So the elected officials took the opportunity to come and to talk about what their cities or what the areas or what their districts are pursuing, give a little bit of highlight to what they're planning to do, and it has become really just a wonderful event. And if you're not familiar, let's say you're an investor and you're not familiar with South-Dade and you're kind of trying to figure your way around, come to the event. Meet everybody. Everybody's accessible. Everybody's mingling and networking. Not only the electeds and people that are going to make presentations, but also community leaders, just citizens. Folks come to listen and to engage with one another, and that's what's become such a beautiful part of this event. So let's go down a little bit. We've got a new person with us today, Amber. So this is for you, Amber. Yes, you can't see her, but she just waved. She's very polite. What does South-Dade mean? South-Dade, when we say South-Dade, so the South-Dade Chamber, our service area, is roughly from Cutler Bay down to Florida City. But for the purposes of this event, South-Dade is Kendall Drive all the way down to Florida City. So that covers about 270 square miles. There are 19 zip codes. And according to, I don't know if you've ever looked at the site miamimatters.org. They do an excellent job, by the way, of just general information about our community. This is 2022 data. South-Dade has a population roughly of 690,000 people. That's about 25% of the entire Miami-Dade County population. And if you're keeping score and doing math really quick, that's roughly 3% of the state's population. So within these borders, we've got 5 of the most recognized municipalities in Miami-Dade County: Pinecrest, Cutler Bay, Palmetto Bay, Homestead, and the city of Florida City. So within these borders, you've got an area that's as diverse as you could hope for. We've got warehouses in Tamiami. We've got healthcare. We've got research at medical campuses in universities. We've got a number of public and private schools serving our residents. We have large corporations as well as manufacturing. We've got a lot of manufacturing in South-Dade. You'd be surprised. Every style of housing. South-Dade has become a place for affordable homes where people, especially first-time home buyers, can find their homes. We've got single families. We've got apartments, townhomes. We've got communities. And over in the Redlands, we've got estates, large, beautiful estates. We have an airport. No, we've got two. We've got three airports actually, if you count military jets. Yes, we have military jets as well. And just as an observation, we are a community of entrepreneurs, of go-getters. We've got small businesses. Small businesses abound in South Dade, mom and pop shops, restaurants of any kind. And if you drive west on Kendall Drive, and then you make a left and go south on Chrome, you would never know you're in South Florida. You would never know you're in Miami. Farming, fields, markets, it's like another world. And by the way, that part of our world, that part of Dade County is super vital and much and so important. And it's as vital and as important as it ever was. So there's a lot to talk about when you reference South Dade. Did you know, Alex, Amber, Alex is here too. Cutler Bay is our newest municipality. It was established in 2005. And three of our five municipalities are less than 30 years old. Yeah, 30 years old. They're less than 30 years old. All of our municipalities, all of our cities, the cities that I just mentioned to you, they're the ones that have the most forward-thinking ideas. How do you balance quality of life along with opportunity? Our mayors are very, very engaged. Matter of fact, just 2 weeks ago, there was a chili cook-off at Cutler Bay, and this was done publicly, so I'm not giving a secret. The mayor of Cutler Bay singing a song. He was singing Billy Idol's Rebel Yell. Yes, he did a really, really good job. Mayor Cavo was playing tambourine, and then after that he goes down and everybody's just he's accessible. The mayors are accessible. Can you please put up the flyer one more time? Let's do that throughout, just so we don't forget. If you have any questions, the email is below. I can't read that. Can you read that for me? SDCC info at southdaychamber.org. Thank you. Okay, so what are some of the things that are happening in South Dade? In Cutler Bay, and we've talked about this in the past, but Cutler Bay is going through this major redevelopment. They're following a national trend of adaptive reuse. So there's the old mall that was there. It's becoming converted into a more vibrant. It's going to be like a city within a city. It's going to have residential. It's going to have higher end shopping. It's going to have cultural attractions. It's going to have green space. It's going to be a significant regional impact, not just because of the size. Let's be clear. It's not just because of the size of the project itself, but because of what they're going to do in there. There's a lot of pressure on the city, but the city, by the way, set the groundwork for that years ago. They rezoned that whole area, allowing, and in their vision, allowing for something similar to what's going on in downtown Dadeland. So they were envisioning buildings that were going higher than 5 stories. They were envisioning residential towers right off of US 1. So they may not have had the exact plan of what's happening there now, but they did have the seeds, and they're the ones that really started it. So again, another example of how inventive and how creative, forward thinking our cities are. And you can just go all the way down US 1. Palmetto Bay has created a new type of downtown. They've increased the density, and they're taking advantage of their location on US 1. Their city hall reflects the emphasis that the residents of Palmetto Bay have placed on the environmental issues. Palmetto Bay likes to tout itself as the city of parks, and indeed, their city hall reflects that type of vision that they have for themselves. Pinecrest is consistently doing things to make the quality of life for its residents better and increasingly better. Homestead has also done a large infrastructure reinvestment in the city. So a few years back, going back a few years, the new city hall, the new police station, they redid the Seminole Theater, the Lawson Park right behind Seminole Theater that was also redone. And now, just 3-4 months ago, they did a visioning of what downtown could look like. So you guys pay attention to what's happening in Homestead. And Florida City is also embarking on a revisioning of what their downtown is going to look like. They're creating this city center. And so hand in hand with developers working to improve the lot of residential, they're going to marry that with a revisioned look of what the city center is going to look like. And through the middle of all this is the bus rapid transit project. We've talked about this. Those of you who follow our show, we've had folks here to talk about that. And it's still moving forward. It's still moving forward. The Miami-Dade County project for the proposed Strategic Miami Area Rapid Transit, or the SMART program. The BRT was the first project in the SMART program that was approved and funded, and it's funding from the state, funding from the federal government, and funding from the county. So there's a lot of folks that are invested in this, and they wouldn't do the investment if there wasn't the support, if there wasn't the need, not just the need, but the support for it. We're really anticipating a lot of big things happening with the BRT, and it's going to allow for the better movement of our residents and the workers. That just 600,000 people, folks, got to work somewhere, and they're going to use that BRT to get everywhere. Let's talk about the details. I know Alex was not taking notes. So, State of South Dade is on February 13th, which is a Thursday, at the Dennis C. Moss Cultural Arts Center. There's going to be updates from the municipalities that I just mentioned, as well as the county commissioners. Both county commissioners have confirmed their attendance. Public school board members will also be there, both of them that whose districts fall within South Dade, and always their staffs are going to be there. Various departments from Miami-Dade County Public Schools, Miami-Dade County, and other institutions will be there, mingling. Just go and talk to people, visit, understand what's going on in your community. Please contact the South Dade Chamber at sdccinfo@southdadechamber.org, or call 305-247-2332. Ask for Carlos or Mark, and ask about tickets, sponsorship opportunities, etc. Okay, guys, did you know, Amber and Alex, did you know, in West Kendall alone, there's about 6,000 businesses, and majority of those businesses have less than 10 employees. So that is really the definition of entrepreneur, the definition of small business. And there are clusters up and down Kendall. Healthcare, which makes sense because Baptist has on both sides of Kendall, the main campus on East Kendall, and then the Kendall Baptist close to Chrome. So you've got two big campuses there. So you have clusters of healthcare. You have the clusters of aviation. And then there's all the technical fields supporting all those businesses. Overall, in South Dade, there's over 20,000 businesses of different sizes and types, diverse, dynamic, just waiting to work with people. If you're looking for new business partners, they're there. We're here in South Dade. I've got some list of some of my favorites. There's Babe's Meat and Counter in Palmetto Bay. Have you ever been? No? It's delicious. They started as a farmer's market stand, and now they have their own space, and they consistently ranked as one of the best burgers, one of the best meat butcher shops, yeah. Jealous Fork is another one favorite. It's in Kendall. It's they focus on pancakes. You can get pancakes all day. It's fantastic. I don't know why I always talk about food. It's really so. And all these are in South Dade. All these are in South Dade. One of our key partners is Baptist Health, and they have 3 campuses in South Dade. The principal campus we mentioned is on Kendall and 87th Avenue. We've got West Kendall, got the Homestead campus, and of course they've got the walk-in clinics all over Dade County. Yesterday there was the Greater Miami Chamber had an event announcing the partnership between FIU and Baptist. And what does that mean? That means increased residency slots, which means that docs that come to study and practice and learn after they graduate from medical school, they come to a residency. Typically, where they do the residency is where they stay. And so giving them that opportunity to stay, more residency slots, more opportunities, and they're going to come here. What's not to love about living in Dade County? And they're going to be in South Dade, and they need to come and stay in South Dade. Let's see here. So Homestead Hospital is continually improving their situation with just with enhanced This is live, right? No, it's not live. Okay, so with enhanced tools, with enhanced programs, and better and more trained professionals. We had Dr. Augustus. He is the chief medical officer of the Homestead campus of Baptist Hospital. He was here. We spoke with him 2 weeks ago. By the way, he has, by himself, he has delivered over 10,000 babies. I did the math. That's about 1.5% of the population I mentioned earlier of 600,000 people. That's a lot of babies. So he talked to us about the exciting new tools that are coming to Homestead Hospital, the expertise, the level of expertise that they're attracting and bringing to the hospital. And his message is the message that we are giving through these programs, through the South Dade Shoutout, through the State of South Dade event, through the other events that we do. South Dade has it all. If you live in South Dade, you don't need to go anywhere. You go somewhere else because you want to go. You don't need to go anywhere else. We have great medical care. We have great schools. We have restaurants. We have things to do. We have opportunities. And I really loved that his message was that South Dade is the place to live, work, play, worship, and thrive. You can do it all here in South Dade. You want to go to, you want to have a really nice meal, some fine dining, and a Capri in Pinecrest. You want to retrain yourself and prepare yourself for other opportunities. So Miami-Dade County Schools has a very robust vocational school program. I got to, you're going to laugh, but I was principal of the day for one of their campuses. I didn't know it was a public school place. I didn't know all the things that they offered, and kids, not just kids, adult people are going there to retrain themselves and re-envision themselves. And then you want to have a job that's going to put all those new skills to work. I just mentioned there's a ton of employers, a ton of businesses here in South Dade, and we have a lot more manufacturing in South Dade than you would be surprised to know that. Through the EDC, the Economic Development Council of South Dade, we partner with the South Florida Manufacturing Association, and their executive director is Matt Rocco, and he's always telling us it's happening down here. Okay, did you know the city of Homestead is the second oldest city in Miami-Dade County, established in 1913? The city of Florida City is the third oldest city in Miami-Dade County, established in 1914. So we've been around. We've been around, folks. We've been around. Okay, we've talked about almost 18 minutes, and I haven't even mentioned agriculture. I kind of inferred agriculture, but when I told you go down Kendall, make a left on Chrome, all that new area, that's all that area that doesn't look like Miami-Dade County, doesn't look like Miami. That's all agriculture. Agriculture is the second largest industry in Miami-Dade County after tourism. And according to my friend, your friend, our friend, Charles LaPrade, it's an average of 900 million in annual sales. And that number's a little dated. I think it's more now. Making South Dade agricultural area the second highest crop value county in the state behind Palm Beach County. But Palm Beach County produces, with these numbers, 1.1 billion, but they produce that on 450,000 acres. Miami-Dade County produces almost 1 billion on 60,000 acres. And I know, unfortunately, that the size of the acreage dedicated to agriculture is continuously shrinking. There's a lot of demand for that land, but our farmers are still very, very productive. And the benefit of our land is that in case we ever needed to convert land that's being used for ornamental crops, flowers and such, that land can be turned around very, very quickly to produce food and things that are vital. The other thing that's interesting that's in the industry is agritourism. Agritourism, I don't even know how to put it. Is it tourism? Is it agriculture? Anyway, look, we are running out of time. February 13th, Dennis C. Moss Culture Arts Center. And I want to very, very quickly, if you can extend the time just a little bit, we have to say farewell to Mayor Otis Wallace. This will be his last State of South Dade event. Mayor Wallace has decided to step down as mayor of Florida City, and he'll be stepping down after, get this, people, 42 years as a mayor, 8 years prior to that as city commissioner. He was the first black commissioner serving in Florida City, and he's the longest serving black elected official in the history of the state. My point is that if somebody has been reelected and sent back by his colleagues, by his constituents, by his peers, by his neighbors, there's something that he's doing right. And we're going to be it's going to be very, very nice to see him on February 13th when I see you, February 13th, State of South Dade, the Moss Cultural Arts Center in Cutler Bay. Doors open around 8 o'clock. You want to go there early to take advantage of the networking opportunity. You want to go there early to see all the people and meet all the people that you many times just read about. Our community, South Dade, is unique in that aspect. Region-wide, we are a region, and we are neighbors, and we do engage with one another. So I look forward to seeing all of you. I really thank you for the time that you've given us today. We're going to try again to do one more next week, right before the event. And again, Amber, Alex, thank you guys very much. Have a good day.